Hi everybody, so I'm back with another vlog. It is a Tuesday. I got the day right. It is a Tuesday and it must be therefore the 7th of September. I took August off, so I didn't do anything like social media. I didn't do Patreon in August. My son was off school and I started out thinking I was going to get some stuff done. And very quickly realised that actually no, that wasn't going to happen, and I wanted to relax for a bit. And because I actually cancelled, but I did on my Patreon, I did what's it called, like a holiday. So none of my patrons paid for anything in August. So that meant that I could like fully relax and not feel like I needed to get something done for people. And it was really nice. I did have a bit of a sort of mental health wobble towards the end of August. But I think I'm clear of that now. But yeah, otherwise it was a really nice summer. We didn't really do anything or go anywhere because of obviously the situation continues. But I got my first vaccine on Sunday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. It's a Tuesday, whatever the maths is. And I had yesterday on the sofa. I didn't feel too bad with it, to be honest. Which I hope is not a bad sign. I hope it's actually going to work. I just got hit, after about 20 hours, I got hit with a load of exhaustion and sleepiness. But otherwise, fine. So that's good. So today is sort of like my official first day back in the office, I suppose. After that, slightly long weekend. Yeah, and it's just chaos in here. I just walked in and there's just, my desk is full of stuff. It's just like, what am I doing? Everything is like in random places. So I think probably my first job today is to tidy everything up, but I'm not going to film that because that's not going to be particularly fascinating for you, I don't think. But yeah, over the summer I would say I had a bit of time thinking about what I wanted to do. I had some new ideas. Yeah, I started a few new projects. So I'm going to have a tidy and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to sort of show you what my plan is for the rest of the week. Okay, so I've had a bit of a tidy up and I have a sort of semi-clear desk now, and I'm just having a little think about what I'm going to do for my my theme for Patreon this month. So September's sort of Patreon rewards and what I'm going to do for them. So I've mentioned this on another video, but it was a Patreon only video. So I'm going to do like a book theme, but not like just pictures of books. I was thinking about doing book plates. So this is something when I first started Patreon, I wrote a list of all these ideas of kind of themes I wanted to kind of do, things I would like, and it has been Hobonichi month, Hobonichi season, which is the time, I mean not just specifically Hobonichi, but it's the time of year when a lot of us start thinking about our planner setups and our notebook setups for the next year. And something that I always do when I start a new planner is I like to have a little page at the front, sort of, this is my current planner, my Stalogy. I usually like to have I usually stick pages on the first, stick stickers on the first page because it's just blank. But I just did some random ones this year. And I like to have a little sort of dashboard with like pictures, things I want to focus on for the year, whatever. And then I have a blank page. And normally I would put in, I don't think I've done it in here. Having said that, you put in like your details. You put like your name and address, like if it gets lost or you leave it somewhere by accident, hopefully some kind person will send it back. Not that I go anywhere. I didn't actually take this. I took this out once so far, and that was only to my son's like parents' evening or like parent-teacher meeting at school in case I had any questions about anything and I need to write anything down. That's the only time it's been out of the house this like entire year. Or since I've been using it. But yeah, ideally you'd have like a thing somewhere that would say this belongs to and like contact details and stuff. But also, so I was thinking I was going to design one of those for my next one for 2022 and just do like a sticker and just stick it in. And then I can print it off every year and I don't have to kind of rewrite all those details. I mean, if I move house, I will have to, but otherwise just print it off every year. And then I thought, well, I could do like a fancy one, I could do an illustrated one, I could do like a hand-drawn one. I thought maybe my Patreons would like it. And then I was thinking about when I was a child, and my grandma gave me a little booklet of book plates. So they often say ex libris on them, which is Latin, not Greek, Latin, like from the library of, and you'd write your name on and you'd stick them in. And I just thought they were so cute. But I don't think when I buy books now, I don't tend to use them, because at some point I'm thinking I may, sell them or pass them on. And if you've got your name stuck in them, it kind of means the new person has to live with your name in their book. But planners and notebooks and things, we're not going to pass on. Like, I'm not going to take this to the charity shop. I'm not going to try and sell this on eBay. God, could you make money? Do you know you probably could? There's probably a market for like weird people that like to read other people's planners, which might be me. But yeah, I wouldn't buy one. What am I saying? I'm trying to say that if you're not going to sell these, obviously you can write your name in them. I mean, that's so obvious. Jesus. Okay, anyway, so I thought if I did some ex libris plates, book plates, like from the library of, or from the collection of, or something, that might be quite a fun thing, and you can stick them in front of your notebooks and planners and stuff. So that's what I was thinking about. Now, another thing that I was sort of inspired by quite randomly this month, I was going through all the books on my bookshelf, and I found this book by this little lady that does, I don't want to say little, she's a fully grown adult woman, a lot older than me. She is a talented lady, let's say, who does prints with sweet potato. And she does these amazing prints, and so I've got them up on my notice board, and I really love the style. And I've been thinking a lot about still life and about painting vases in flowers. Vases in flowers, oh my god. Flowers in vases, and like fruit on a table, and all the usual still life. I was thinking about doing like a twist on it though. Like, for me, on my dining table, I normally have my planners and some random pens and a box of tissues. I don't think I'm going to draw a box of tissues, but I thought maybe I could add a planner in or a notebook in if I do a still life, because that's always on my desk. Any desk that I'm at, there's usually a notebook on it. So yeah, I was thinking about doing like still lifes, and then I found these pictures, and I was thinking these are really lovely, and they're done printed with sweet potato, and I thought, well, that's quite fun. And I was like, but how am I going to combine these lovely like sweet potato prints type style of drawing with book plates? Like, where's the connection? And then I went on Mercari, which is the Japanese sort of eBay site, and I looked at book plates. I just thought I'll have a look, see what's there, see if there's any like vintage retro book plates. And I found some, and they were printed, which is not a huge surprise, because a lot of Japanese art is traditionally done with printing. You've got the gorgeous ukiyo-e prints, and there's a big long history of like beautiful wood printing, wood carving in Japan, and it's a very popular hobby now, actually. Where's my English word? I'm trying to say keshigomu, but that's an eraser. Or in English, British English, we say rubber, carving erasers, rubbers, and making those into stamps. So stamping and printing is a big thing here still. Anyway, I found these like ex libris book plates, and they are printed. And I thought, well, that's quite nice. I quite like that effect. And actually, when I was on Pinterest looking up book plates, I did find quite a lot of printed sort of monochrome ones. So I was thinking, oh well, okay, it all matches up now. It's meant to be. This is obviously the theme I'm supposed to do for September. I've got my like printing and my book plates and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know where I'm going to go with this yet, but this is my starting point. I don't think I'm going to have time to carve some beautiful wood carved prints. So I'm going to actually try and think of a cheaty method to do it, and more of an illustrated by hand method. And I'm thinking there might be some sort of, I know this is like, how nice would it be if I could sit and carve like a multi-layered book plate? But then if I did that, I'd only have one thing to give my Patreons, but I want to sort of give quite a lot of things this month, because I do 3 A4 sheets for my top 2 tiers, and then all tiers get another 1 sheet. So I'm basically going to do 4 sheets of digital printables on this sort of like book theme, book planner, still life, book plate theme. So I can't spend hours and hours and hours carving one beautiful piece of art. So I'm going to try and think of a way to sort of layer up or draw something that looks a bit like a print and somehow digitally make it look like a book plate that's been printed. So that's where I am at the moment. That's all I have at the moment to go on. So I'm probably going to just start sort of printing images out and doing a little bit of doodling and a little bit of sketching and sort of see where that takes me. So that's my update for the moment for what I'm going to do for Patreon this month. Oh, another thing, I found some really cute, I ordered them. I ordered some really cute, like, retro vintage bookmarks. Oh my God, they don't do it anymore, I don't think. Not that I've been anywhere recently, but they used to make these gorgeous little sets. I mean, they look like they're from the 90s to me, of bookmarks, like for tourists. So when you go and visit somewhere on your little trips, you can get these little booklets and they have bookmarks inside and they're so cute. And some of them have like schedules on the back where you can write your school timetable and all this kind of stuff. And I found loads of them again on Mercari, and I was like, oh, look at that one, look at that one, look at that one. So I have bought some and they will be going out to my Project Post patrons. So they'll be getting at least one bookmark this month, one sort of retro vintage bookmark. So I thought maybe I'd do some bookmarks and things like that as well this month. And as for other things, I'm not quite sure yet, but I will keep you posted. So yeah, that's everything wrapped up that I have to say about my Patreon thoughts for this month so far. So those are the kind of things I'm going to be working on, and you'll see me working on those in these vlogs throughout September. I don't know if you can hear that. It must be voting season locally, because there are these little vans that go around. Can you hear? Oh, they're so loud. They go around with these like little vans with like tannoy loudspeaker systems stuck on the roof, shouting about how brilliant they are and you should vote for them. It's been going on for like a week now, and they come to the door and I'm like, I can't vote, sorry, can't do it. Yeah, so anyway, I hope that's not too loud. But yeah, so another project I have on my desk is I started making a sort of like, I'm calling it a home catalogue. I just wanted to have a place where I could put together all of my pictures I collect, like scrapbook pictures of anything to do with the home or the house. I collect a lot of images of like interior design or buildings or items that you'd have in your house, and I had a massive pile of them, and I needed to have a place to put them. I also wanted to have a place where I could write notes about things like that, to kind of, there's a lot of things I want to do in that area of my life, like try to be a bit more minimal, but not in a like not having things way, but in a sort of only having things that are important to me, that I use, that can be passed on to future generations, that are easily recyclable if nobody wants them when I've gone. You know, things like that. I don't want to be collecting tons and tons and tons and tons of objects that I don't use or love, that will then end up being a burden for either my descendants or for the planet when I'm gone. That's the idea. But at the same time, I do obviously have that quite natural desire to make my home cozy and nice and lovely and pretty and collect all the things and buy all the things. So I just kind of wanted a place where I could sort of explore that idea, to kind of keep tabs on things and to kind of make sure I'm going in the right direction with it. I don't have a house of our own. We don't have a house of our own. We live, I currently live with my mother-in-law. So a lot of these things are still just sort of pipeline dream ideas and things like that. But you never know, one day it might be an opportunity, and I kind of want to be prepared for it. And so at the moment I've got it in this Paper Chase A5 binder, which I bought ages ago, and I have a sort of a sentimental attachment to it because obviously Paper Chase is a British brand and I am a British person living abroad, so you randomly get sentimental about things you wouldn't expect, actually. And I do miss Paper Chase. I'd love to go and have a browse in that shop. So it's not set up properly. There's no like beautiful things here. It's not like, it's completely practical at this point. I've written a list of things I want to put in here. And my dividers are just pieces of cardboard with sort of the theme of this section printed on. Now, I'm not going to go through this in detail because I'm saving this for a different video. But basically, I have loads of sections, and they're not done by area. They're not done by like living room, bedroom, dining room. They're done by sort of a theme or a feeling. So I'm not going to show you all the sections because we're going to be here all day. And at the moment, to be honest, it's just pictures stuck down and then space to like write about it. But I did want to just show you, this is all colour and light, this section, life in objects, because if I'm going to be doing like still life as a subject to explore this month, I thought I could take a bit of inspiration from these pictures in here. So I chose the title Life in Objects because I don't want it to be, if I have an object, an item that I bring into my home or that I have, I want there to be sort of meaning behind why I have it, like a life connection with that object, not just having it because it was cheap or on sale or whatever. So I have a section of books because I do like books, but I do need to be careful not to buy too many. This is like a bookshelf that I like. I like the idea of having low bookshelves with like a space on top that you can put things on. And you know, this could be a still life idea. It could be a book plate idea. Bookshelves with like whatever you like on plants and lamps and things like that. It's again the same sort of thing, the bookshelf with the things on top. I stuck this in because I remember having Twinkle annuals when I was a kid, and they must be pretty, I've been going for a long time, I guess. That says 1972. I was born in 1982. And I'd love to be able to see if, I mean, I certainly don't have any books left from my childhood, but if I could get hold of or see an old Twinkle that I did recognize. I'm sure it used to be Twinkle. Anyway, I just stuck that in because having books with you that sort of remind you of your childhood, I think, is a really nice object to have in your home. Oh, this is just randomly stuck in because I really love things like made from nature. I'm sorry if you can't really see very well, but it's just a sculpture. I think I found it on Pinterest. It's on one of my Pinterest boards, and it's just pieces of like driftwood wrapped in embroidery thread, and then felt. This is like a felt triangle decoration. I just love that it's made from like natural things, mostly, for the most part. Maybe not the bright dyed felt, but and it's just sort of like a random piece of art on your wall. Because when I was younger, I had a big phase of being really interested in like Native American art, or how would we say, tribal art, I suppose. Art that's made with things from nature and has like a really sort of spiritual meaning to it, I suppose, connected to nature. Really big into that when I was younger, like 16, 15, 14. But yeah, plants in pots is another thing that I really like. So that might be something that comes into the still life sort of theme. Also, having small plants in small pots is a great excuse to indulge my obsession with crockery, my obsession with cups and mugs and created pottery objects. I do love pottery. I really wish I could have another go at it. I went on a pottery course in London once and it was just the best fun ever. Yeah, and crockery, teapots and teacups is a thing that I love and I'm obsessed with. So perhaps I can get those into my still life somehow. Yeah, so I'm just showing you this because this is something I've been working on recently, and it is kind of going to inform a lot of my doodling and artwork for the rest of the month, really. So in terms of where to start, I am really nervous. And the reason I'm nervous is because there's this thing that I've been saying I want to do and I want to try, and I feel like once I try, it's certainly not going to end up as brilliant as I want it to be straight away, because that always happens, obviously. But also, I don't know why I'm so nervous to try, but basically I bought this easel secondhand, I guess about 6 months ago. I was starting to get like really bad pain in my shoulders and my neck, and part of it is working at a computer, which is why I have my little laptop raised up now. And I tend to use the pen, what's it called, like the pen tool on the pen pad rather than, well, I don't have a mouse, but rather than this sort of trackpad here. And I also decided that perhaps leaning like hunched over the desk, like looking down and writing all the time, might also be not so good. So I thought I would try and sort of paint or draw upright. Now it's actually quite hard for me to do it upright, and I don't know whether this sort of style of painting, like painting on an easel, is easier for certain techniques. I imagine it's certainly better for painting because you don't apply so much pressure with a paintbrush necessarily. Well, you don't, do you? Compared to a pen. So therefore you don't feel like you're leaning onto the page. So doing it upright, you don't need that sort of force of gravity to push onto the paper. Does that make sense? Whereas if I try and draw on here with a pen, I do feel it's slightly odd to be doing it at that angle. It's obviously possible, but this really would be best suited to doing painting, and I'm really nervous about it. Now, I did attempt a painting, I think it was February. It's a long time ago. I attempted doing a painting on here in about February, and I haven't done it since. But I want to get back into it because my mum took this beautiful photo of some flowers, a bunch of flowers she picked from the garden. Now, I love my mum's bouquets because she doesn't do like your classical beautiful roses type of bouquet. She does sort of wildflowers, she does random things, and she mixes up colour, and she's got a really beautiful eye for arranging things. And sometimes she puts them on her Instagram. And when she put this one on, I thought it was a painting. When I first looked at it, I was like, oh, that's a nice painting. Who did that? Like, where did she get that painting from? And then I looked close and realised it was a bunch of flowers that she picked from the garden and put in a vase. And I just thought, oh, I want to paint it. I had this, like, let's say 10-second urge of, oh, I want to paint it, which really doesn't happen very often because, as I said, I'm quite terrified of painting, quite nervous about it. So I printed the picture off and I was like, oh, I'm going to paint that. And I told everybody I was going to paint it, and I haven't done it. And when that happens, I tell people I'm going to do something, there is this huge build-up of expectation in my head. I'm sure other people don't care whether or not I paint the flowers, but in my head, I then built up this like sort of expectation of me painting these flowers and have to show everybody. And it kind of just put a complete spanner in the works. But I'm going to do it because I think it's sort of like a good exercise for me in attempting something that I'm sort of now scared of doing, just to get it done, and I'm going to learn something from the process. I'm not thinking I'm going to come out of this with like an amazing painting, and I may not come out of it with an actual painting. I may end up just painting elements of it. I may end up just painting a sort of a version of it that doesn't actually look like it. I might just do a series of studies of it. And I'm probably going to leave this easel up on the desk just to remind me so that I can't escape from it. But that's something I want to do, is to start sort of doing a bit more sort of looser painting, just to experiment. I don't know if that's a sort of a direction I'm going to head into, but it's something I want to try. Okay, and the last little update I have to talk about really for the moment is Christmas planners and Christmas journals. So one of the things I did get done over the summer, one of the things that was on my list for a super long time, was to get a bookshelf for under the window ledge over there. And I just got this, it's a fairly cheap one. And I put all my planners on that I have with me in this country. And I decided to kind of mix in my Christmas journals and things like that. So you can see this one here, that's the one from 2 years ago. And then this chunky beast here is the one from last year. So I do have videos on my channel showing how I did those ones. I've got others. I think this one was 2018. So that's my 2018 one, and that's 2019, which was using book pages in an old book cover that I repurposed. And then this one was like completely handmade and took bloody ages. That's from last year. So I have videos like showing the whole process of how to make those on my channel if you want to look. And I'm starting to think about what I'm going to do for this year, because I've started doing drawings already. I started doing some sort of doodly drawings for my Patreons. They're going to get Christmas stuff in October. And I'm just trying to think about what I'm going to do to make my journal this year. So I will probably be doing a completely separate series on that. I normally do like a Christmas journal series every year. So that's going to be a sort of separate project I'm going to be working on. But I have in here, this is all, I suppose this is all like the ephemera I have left over. I did a big cull last year and gave a lot of stuff away because I realised I had so much stuff that I wasn't using. I'm pretty sure I still have stuff in a cupboard somewhere of like larger objects, but this is all the sort of paper-based objects. So I have this book here. I think I'm going to go through this book and cut out all the pictures that I like, and then I'm going to sort of share the rest out, maybe send them to a few friends and things. But
But yeah, and I've got all this stuff in here which I want to sort through and have a look. So things I didn't get around to using last year, that I might want to use this year. I think I'm probably going to use my little angels this year. Yeah, just all sorts of bits and bobs. So I'm quite excited to go through that and sort that out. But that, as I say, that will be in a separate video. And I have over here a new trolley. So I bought this to help with my son's homework over the summer. He did his homework at my sewing table, which has still not been put back together. That's here. And this trolley is not a Raskog. It's the mini version. What's it called? Rashalt. I don't know how you say it properly, but it's written Rashalt, I think. And I got it to put all his workbooks in, and we used it over the summer for that. But since he's moved back downstairs, it's empty. And I was going to use it for packing supplies. I was going to put like all my envelopes and like packing stuff in. But I thought, would it be a good idea? Shall I make a Christmas trolley? I might make a Christmas trolley. Put all my Christmassy bits on. I could decorate it with fairy lights. I saw somebody do this with a Raskog. And they actually keep it on there all year. And then they just wheel it into the cupboard when Christmas is finished. And then when Christmas starts again, they wheel it back out. And I thought, oh my God, that's so good. But I don't know whether I want to use a full-sized Raskog for it because they're quite big and I don't have the storage space. This one I could potentially slide into the cupboard over there, but actually I'll probably just reuse it afterwards. It may well end up back downstairs with my son's homework stuff in. But for now, since it's temporarily not got a use, I might do that. So again, that will come up in a Christmas video at some point. All my sort of newsy updates. So it's been a bit of an update vlog rather than me showing you doing things. The next vlog is going to be like me actually doing the things that I'm talking about. But yeah, I just needed to have a kind of an update chat session just to go through all the things that I've been thinking about, all the things that are in the pipeline, things that are coming up. So yeah, if you're interested, I hope you'll be able to enjoy seeing those videos coming up soon. So yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to say. I think I've just talked for like, it feels like an hour, just telling you about all the things I'm going to do, and I need to get on and actually do them now. So that's what I'm going to do. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to have a chat about all my ideas, things like that. If you make it to the end of the video, thank you. Leave a comment down below just to say hello, because it's really nice to you know, talk to people who are watching my channel and enjoying it, because otherwise I have no idea you're there. Yes, and I will keep you updated, and I'll be back soon with another proper vlog showing you actually me trying to do all the things, not just talking about doing the things. So I hope you're all well, and it's nice to be back, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!